Tima holds a free clinic for foreign fishermen working in Nanfang Ao, ensuring their health is looked after. We learn about the organ donation situation in Taiwan and how many are dying while waiting for a second chance. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Marilee Shoda. Thank you for joining us. In Taiwan, city volunteers in Eastern Tima chapter have been holding free clinics for foreign fishermen at Nanfang Ao since 2014. At the most recent free clinic, volunteers also prepare gifts and performances to celebrate Eid. The young volunteers waved to the foreign fishermen, inviting them to come to the free clinic provided by Tima in Nanfang Ao.
We are very happy to see so many people participating in this event. We especially have to thank Deputy Superintendent Shu and the medical team.
Since foreign fishermen work long hours on the sea and usually send most of their salary back to their home countries, they might neglect their health when they feel uncomfortable. Services from 5 medical departments are provided at the free clinic. In addition, there are free haircut services and second-hand items for sale.
When we give medication instructions, we speak Mandarin and sometimes English. Since the fishermen do not listen carefully, we might even use body language and hand gestures.
We learn from the commitments to service demonstrated by these Tzu Chi uncles and aunts. The doctors here have set a good example for us to follow in our future medical career.
Since the day of the free clinic happens to be Eid al-Fitr, young volunteers also perform to celebrate. One fisherman even donated money he has saved for half a year.
Bringing the coin bank here, I feel very happy as I can help others.
Nearly 300 medical professionals and volunteers work with one heart to provide much-needed medical service to foreign fishermen. Their efforts have warmed the hearts of these fishermen who have begun to see Taiwan as their second home. Continuing with free clinics held by Tima members, recently they headed to Jiadong Recycling Station in Pingdong to look after senior bodhisattvas. This time, dental services were also provided.
With the encouragement of volunteers, this senior no longer looks worried. Tima members host a free clinic at the Jiadong Recycling Station in Pingdong, with dental services also being provided.
Many of them have problems with their dentures, so this time we pay more attention to look after their dental health.
To save medical expenses, many of these seniors are not willing to see a doctor when they feel uncomfortable wearing the dentures. Tima members help them adjust their dentures.
3 of the seniors have problems with their dentures, which are not fitting properly.
Besides providing dental services, Tima also solves the patient's hearing problems, allowing this senior to restore hearing. As these seniors who live in remote regions, lack medical resources, and have difficulty seeking medical assistance, Tima provides quality medical services of different departments to solve their problems, giving them much warmth and love.
Moving to Chile, local Tzu Chi volunteers regularly visit a nursing home to bring them some laughter and joy. On the eve of local Father's Day in the country, Tzu Chi volunteers brought a cake to celebrate.
In South America's Chile, the 3rd Sunday of June is Father's Day. Tzu Chi volunteers brought a cake to celebrate and bless these seniors, also making a cash donation.
Muchas gracias.
We're very grateful to the people from Tzu Chi. Every year you bring joy and care. We're very happy, and this donation is also very impressive.
Felices y esto es una maravilla, porque esto es para calefacción.
We'll use it for the heating stove, and would like to thank everyone and God to bless you and your family.
A su familia, a su trabajo, a todo. Muchas gracias.
These seniors are very grateful for Tzu Chi's long-term care. Today they are enjoying a cup of tea and a small snack. This joy can be seen on their faces. In particular, this art instructor, Professor Elisa, is happy to share a cup of yerba-mate tea with everyone. A special program has been arranged for everyone, with the audience singing along and dancing, helping warm their hearts and souls during this cold winter day.
In China, there is a community in Yunnan's Kunming where 90% of the residents are low-income families. This includes people over 60 years of age, with many solitary seniors suffering from mobility issues. On a recent visit to this community, Tzu Chi volunteers found that a woman established a love cafe for over 100 underprivileged people in this community. She also cooks vegetarian food for the residents to promote vegetarianism.
Most of the customers of this Love Cafe are those with mobility issues or solitary seniors.
This Love Cafe is a place which gathers many people's compassion. You can see that there are more than 100 elderly people coming here to enjoy a meal. They all feel happy and content.
The director of this cafe, Wang Lanlan, noticed 5 years ago that over 90% of the residents in this area are low-income families. This led her to provide a meal at a cost of only 3 renminbi and provide a meal for those who have financial difficulties for free.
这边饭做的口味怎么样？
口味好呢。
他们做的这个素菜，你们平时吃了味道怎么样？
很好啊。
吃的习惯吗？
习惯。
Before Tzu Chi volunteers promotes vegetarian in this cafe for the community, they head to the markets to pick food carefully.
When I cook, I think each meal I make will allow them to eat healthy food. I wish them all the best.
Volunteers who are over 60 or 70 years old also join this effort.
I should do it attentively, otherwise I may regret it because it is too late.
As I am getting old, I want to seize the moment to do what I can to help others.
The spirits and positive attitude of these seniors have spread to this cafe and inspire more people to bring love here.
Switching our focus to Malaysia, there is a patient who has been undergoing treatment at the Tzu Chi Dialysis Center in Butterworth. Her husband, who used to care for her, passed away last year. Since then, her son and daughter have been shouldering these responsibilities for the patient. Her children's companionship brings her the most joy.
Early in the morning, Kamalanathan has already prepared breakfast for his mother. His mother has been undergoing dialysis at Tzu Chi Dialysis Center in Butterworth for 2 years. Her husband, who had been caring for her, passed away last year due to heart disease. Therefore, Kamalanathan has been caring for his mother.
Now it's my turn to take over my father's position, to take care. I will take care of my mom till the end. Now she like my baby, so I need to take care of her.
Sintamani, who speaks Hokkien dialect, gets along well with the dialysis center staff. Therefore, her son feels at ease.
It is our responsibility. We have children and we will age.
Sometimes I said that before I die, I've been troubling you a lot. He said, you cannot say that. He said, when we were little, you also cared for us and bathed us. We are simply doing what you did for us. We are doing what you cannot do.
Love is expressed through companionship.
Yeah, even though we tired, but the thing is, she got a lot of story, man. We have to listen what they want to talk. So she feel a relief. As long as she's relief, then I'm happy.
Sintamani's children happily care for their mother, cherishing every moment they spent together.
According to statistics, Taiwan has more than 9,000 patients who are waiting for an organ transplant. However, the number of annual organ donations each year is only between 100 to 200. This leads some to turn to family members to donate organs. Unfortunately, this may not always be a good match. From 2006 to 2015, Taiwan saw nearly 5,000 people pass away while waiting for an organ transplant. Follow our report as we learn more about how organ donation is a matter of life or death for many.
This time is because of my acute kidney failure, and I'm hospitalized for several days. Actually, I don't know how many days because I have been in a coma for several days.
Looking at the notes left by her son, Mrs. Huang fights back the tears and finds it hard to read. Pictured here in 6th grade, Bosen is holding a carnation, which he wants to give it to his mother. Few can imagine that a year later he would fall sick with an abnormal immune system, leading to kidney failure as he urgently needed a new kidney.
We wanted to make an organ donation to him, but we couldn't make the match.
Many people cannot wait and may run out of time, as it may be too late, as waiting for an organ transplant can lead to a lot of suffering.
The annual rate of kidney donations in Taiwan is about less than 200, while those waiting for a kidney transplant is about 6,000. So the average wait will be nearly 30 years for a kidney.
The long wait for a kidney didn't lead Bosen to complain as he continued to see the world with compassion.
My son called me in the middle of the night, and I asked him if he was uncomfortable. He said no, he just hugged me and thanked me for never giving up on him. In the end, he didn't get an organ transplant and died because of kidney failure.
From 2006 to 2015, a 9-year period, Taiwan has 4,839 patients who died while waiting for organ transplants. The number who died waiting for a kidney transplant was 1,372 people, or 28%, while those waiting for a liver is more than 60%, while those who died waiting for a heart transplant was 10%. The ratio of donors to recipients is very poor, leading many patients to turn to family members for organ transplants. But this process requires gene pairing and organ function assessment.
The doctor said, "Congratulations, your son's donor liver pairing is successful." But upon further check with computer imaging, found the result will be if he donates the larger portion of his liver, it won't be enough for him. And if donates the smaller portion, it won't be enough for me. So the doctor said I had to keep waiting.
Waiting is akin to psychological suffering for the patient and the family. Oil painter Yang Binghui suffered a very long wait until his son turned 18, was able to donate his liver to save his father.
Taiwan probably only has a few dozen liver donations each year, but more than 3,000 wait for such a donate, as there's very little chance of making a match.
After getting sick, they may close themselves off to others and be out of it, as they don't want their loved ones to see them, as they don't dare venture out.
Patients waiting for an organ transplant do not need sympathy, but what they need is more matches. Unfortunately, for many patients, the passage of time leaves many families with lots of regret.
I had a promise with my son who asked me to enjoy my life. I'm doing well. My son is no longer fighting, but I just can't let my son go.
At the end of his life, Bosen also saved the life of other people.
My son waited so long for an organ match and went from hope to the pain of disappointment. A few days before his death, he told me that he could no longer wait and wanted to donate his own organs as the doctor removed his corneas. And when we brought our son's body back, he had a big smile as he was happy to make this donation. The funeral director asked if we had made his cheeks up stuffed with cotton because he had such a wonderful smile on his face.
Both this mother and brother have signed an organ donation letter of consent because they don't want others to suffer the same fate of Bosen, who could no longer wait for an organ transplant.
Because this happened to our family, I don't want anyone else to suffer the same misfortune and be filled with regret.
Every Saturday when I am free, I go to the hospice ward and volunteer. I spend about 1/3 of my time accompanying others.
Domestically, there are more than 9,000 people awaiting organ transplants. These people's fate will depend upon their ability to receive an organ donation.
If you're gone, your organs can still help other people. This is not a bad thing, as we shouldn't be afraid of organ donation.
In our next story, we meet Ji Jianhao of Taichung, Taiwan, who is currently serving his alternative military service. Knowing his father needed a liver transplant and that he was a match, he agreed to donate a part of his liver to save his father. Let's find out more.
The father had a liver cancer and needed a liver transplant. His son, Ji Jianhao, is serving his alternative military service at Wuqi District Office. He was willing to donate his liver to save his father.
I felt I was healthy enough to have the surgery, so I came forward and decided to donate the liver to Dad. I feel lucky that I had the chance to do it.
Their family wasn't very rich, so the father Ji De-shen and his wife had to work hard to raise their 3 boys and 1 girl. The father feels very proud of his son's filial piety.
Jianhao said that he and his brothers could donate their livers, but he still insisted on using his liver. I'm very touched because he is very filial.
Ji Jianhao has been a track and field athlete and has won numerous awards. He is also very healthy, so after the surgery, he recovered very quickly. His supervisor also came to visit him and his father.
Jianhao is a very excellent colleague of ours. Everyone in the office is very touched by his filial piety.
In 1 month, it will be Father's Day in Taiwan. Thus, a liver transplant surgery is the best Father's Day present to this family.
Soon, it will be the 2nd anniversary of the Formosa Fun Coast Water Park explosion. Chang'an Memorial Hospital held a special press conference to commemorate the events, with the medical team sharing the details of their treatment. The event also highlighted the long road to rehabilitation, giving families and friends encouragement.
This accident interrupted my life and also took 2 of my very important friends.
The Formosa Fun Coast explosion took place 2 years ago. Jaja is now a new mother and says her child is the main driving force in her life.
I really wanted to use my 2 hands to hug him and make formula for him and help him change his diapers and take on more of a mom's responsibility.
4 weeks after the surgery, the burn survivor studied how to stand up for a week and then spent another week taking small steps around the bed, walking a total of 5 meters.
Chang'an Memorial Hospital combined its burn unit, rehabilitation, and surgery unit and helped treat 100 people wounded by the disaster return to the workplace.
I would recommend to those people who have not encountered these burn survivors to be more accepting, as looking forward is better than looking back. If they received a lot of support and help, they will learn that they are not alone in this difficult fight.
The burn rehabilitation process is long and hard, with family and friends offering encouragement. Also, help from the public is needed to teach them that they are not alone. They will have company along this long road to recovery.
6 years ago, the March 11th earthquake and tsunami caused grave damage to northeastern Japan. After that, international assistance, including those from Taiwan, never stopped entering Japan to help. To show their appreciation and express their gratitude, a drama group from Fukuoka, Japan, arrived in Taiwan recently to perform.
They can speak Chinese fluently, but their body languages make the students laugh out loud. The Ducat Theatre spent a month writing a script for their stage version of 3 Little Pigs. and also made up props for their show. They are giving a performance tour in Taiwan. The March 11th major earthquake in Japan happened 6 years ago, causing grave casualties, so people of Taiwan poured in their love. Thus, this theater group came to Taiwan to pay back and to bring laughter.
Many Taiwanese people gave us a lot of support, so we wanted to appreciate Taiwanese people, so we came to perform here.
We will incorporate into our curriculum the care we should show to other countries or to the people around us.
With financial support from Japanese businesses, the theater will give 25 free performances for 17 days in Taiwan and bring both countries closer to each other.
In Taiwan, Typhoon Maggie caused flooding in Kaohsiung's Tianliao district last year, leading to landslides. After the terrible flooding, Tianliao district office has been preparing for future disasters. When the district officials learned about the convenience of Jingsi folding beds, they inquired with Tzu Chi volunteers about them, leading Tzu Chi volunteers to deliver Jingsi folding beds to the Tianliao district office.
After delivering Jingsi folding beds to the district office, Tzu Chi volunteers demonstrate how to use them.
We really appreciate Master Zheng Yan for providing us with these. It's very heartwarming.
There are seniors who cannot sleep on the ground, since they cannot get up with their weak knees. Therefore, Jingsi folding beds are convenient for them.
In 2016, Typhoon Maggie caused flooding in Tianliao district, swamping Mount World Landscape Park and the nearby hills. Since the water drainage system wasn't very good, heavy rains often led to disasters in the area.
This is the midsection of the Erzhen River. In times of heavy rains, the flood water rises above the bridge, and nearby residents have to be extra careful.
82-year-old Mr. Zhu was born here. He still remembers vividly the terrible flooding that occurred last year. The residents are prepared to evacuate when they hear the sound of rain. The 6 residents in these 2 households are being registered and watched by the district office. In times of disasters, the school becomes the residents' shelter. All these preparations are in place to ensure the safety and well-being of the residents.
Guatemala is a country with a wide gap between the rich and the poor. To help those in need, local Tzu Chi volunteers visited residents in San Jose Panula and Santa Sofia to check in on their home conditions and see how they can offer some financial assistance so the young ones could go to school. We will leave you with these images at the end of our program. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.